Singapore has one of the most stable economies in the world. With no foreign debt, high government revenue, and a consistent positive surplus, one must be crazy to question the richness of Singapore. Oh, we sure don't have any doubts there, but how rich is this island nation really? While pondering how wealthy the city-state is, we just can't help but wonder how this nation managed to accumulate all that wealth. At a GDP of 459 billion, that's right, billion with a B, Singapore has been ranked among the other wealthiest countries for years now. It is basically the epitome of heights which many countries across the world aspire to achieve. Speaking of which, Singapore has not only accumulated wealth, but has also drawn several wealthy towards it. Located in Southeast Asia, Singapore is a 30-mile-long island called Pulau Ujong, or mainland Singapore, which snugly fits amidst 62 other smaller islands. It certainly draws quite the exquisite picture in your mind now, doesn't it? The country's neighbors include Malaysia to the north and Indonesia to the south. More of Singapore is flat. Seriously. In fact, more than half of mainland Singapore is barely 50 feet above sea level. However, the middle of the island includes Bukit Timah Hill, which is the highest natural point in Singapore, standing at 545 feet or 166 meters tall, roughly about the size of a 44-story building. It's pretty crazy to think how this country of only 280 square miles is home to 5.6 million people. Known as the Garden City, Singapore attracts tourists from all over the world who come to see its picturesque tree-lined streets. With dazzling fireworks that light up the skies, it's not simply that it's also called the City of Celebration. After all, there's always something to do in Singapore, right? But hey, that doesn't mean Singapore has always been this way. So what was it like before? The man behind the wealth and success of this sovereign island is Lee Kuan Yew. During its independence, Yew utilized the few natural resources the country had and transformed it into a renowned financial center. With low trade tariffs, naturally many investors were drawn into the country. Soon after, the nation flourished thanks to its vigorous trading activities, and today Singapore commands respect in significant sectors such as manufacturing of electronics and machinery, biomedical science, transport engineering, and of course, tourism. Did you also know that Singapore's Changi Airport is the second busiest in the world and has been awarded the prestigious title of being the world's best airport 8 times consecutively? Man, that speaks a lot about how progressive this country island is, isn't it? So, with generous tax liberties, entrepreneurs who are keen to establish their business or maybe start a new one thronged within the country, which, let us remind you, might be only a tad bit bigger than Chicago City. And guess what? They could do it in as little as 3 hours. And the fact that English is a very widely spoken language helps to make it all the more easier for foreigners to settle in. Well, you might have heard of this one, and that is the cost of living in Singapore is pretty steep, but on the bright side, you'll be blessed with salaries that match that cost. Although roughly 37% of your paycheck goes into the central provided fund, which will easily see you through your old age. So, even if you were to spend a lot more than any other citizen of another country, then you're at least assured a quality of life and an absolute near-zero crime rate. The past decade especially has seen an influx of foreigners like never before. And we're not just talking about the working class. In fact, we're talking about those who don't even think twice about splurging on a lavish penthouse with millions overlooking the Marina Bay. This trend has grown to such standards that the nation has earned the reputation as the rich man's playground. And now, going back to where we started. One of the wealthiest places in the world, the GDP of Singapore per capita is well over $60,000, coming in right behind Qatar, Monaco, and Luxembourg. It's believed that Singapore has assets which are worth up to $777 billion, right, billion with a B, and the actual figures might very well be higher. According to the Forbes magazine, Singapore has 28 billionaires in 2021, and that number seems to be growing exponentially yearly. Another noticeable fact is that more than half of these people are self-made, which is an excellent example of the kind of opportunities that the nation has to offer. Although there are plenty of rich people in the country whose income does keep increasing, there is yet another side of the coin where people struggling to pay for their basic needs. Well, obviously not everyone can make the cut, right? So, though Singapore is a wealthy nation, one can say that its wealth is not perfectly distributed across its population. Fortunately, the government has prioritized combining inequality as a national issue and has been striving to reduce it over the years. Well, they're in a position to do so thanks to the reserves which have been accumulated over the years. So, a strong yet corrupt-free leadership, a robust, friendly ecosystem, and a liberal immigration policy plus consistent reserve stocks have all helped to shape this beautiful country's economy. Do you think that the coffers of the Singapore government are going to continue to grow, or will the lack of natural resources threaten its growth? Let us know in the comment section down below, and of course, if you enjoyed this video, then please give it a big thumbs up, and also subscribe to the channel if you want to see more content just like this, and don't forget to ding that notification bell so you don't miss out on any more content updates from us. Until next time, folks, we'll see you later.